Welcome to the Sleep and Metabolism Study by the Sleep and Cognition Lab.
Please pay careful attention to this briefing before you read our participant information sheet and provide your consent to join the study. Should you still have any queries, you can email us at sleep.cognition@nus.edu.sg. In this study, we aim to monitor free living sleep schedules and continuous glucose rhythms among university students.
We will be using the following novel technologies for sleep detection, such as the Aura Ring Sleep and Activity Tracker, your Wi-Fi connection events, short daily questionnaires and games delivered twice daily on a phone application, and your smartphone interactions.
To participate in this study, you must be of Chinese ethnicity, aged 21 to 30, have no known organ disease, diabetes, or sleep disorders or neurological illnesses. You must be an NUS student residing in the PGPR dormitory for the duration of this study. As we will be using certain Android-compatible only apps to collect your data, you must also be using an Android phone. This study involves a baseline screening assessment which will take place at our lab in MD11, followed by a 4-week data collection period. The data collection period will commence a few days after the lab visit. Let's briefly go through the lab visit for your baseline screening assessment. If you consent to participate in this study, you will be scheduled to undergo a baseline screening assessment at our lab in MD11. This visit will take 2 hours and takes place in the morning. You will be prompted to schedule this visit after viewing this briefing video. On this visit, you will undergo an oral glucose tolerance test. You will also be asked to provide some additional information about your medical and family history, complete some questionnaires, and install some applications on your phone required for this study. On the morning of the visit, you must not take breakfast. You are also required to keep a normal diet in the 3 days prior to the OGTT. Prior to your scheduled lab visit, you will also need to keep a food diary for 3 consecutive days to help us to assess your normal meal schedule. Using a template that has been emailed to you, you should record the exact timings of all meals taken throughout the day, including any snacks or beverages. During these 3 days, you do not need to change your habitual meal timings. You must then email this completed food diary to us at least 1 day before your lab visit. The Oral Glucose Tolerance Test, or OGTT, is a safe and standard test used to measure the body's ability to metabolize sugar. Blood will be drawn from your arm at 2 time points 2 hours apart by a professional, totaling 10 milliliters. You will then be asked to drink a small bottle containing a sugary drink. Note that you will have to stay within the lab during this 2-hour interval.
Your clinical assessment session will be followed by a 4-week data collection period. Let's go through what you will be required to do in this period. Data collection will start with phase 1, which covers the first 14 days. In phase 1, you will go through glucose monitoring and you will follow a standardized meal plan while your sleep and mood is being tracked. In the next phase, which is the following 14 days, there will be only sleep tracking and daily questionnaire measures. You will wear a continuous glucose monitoring sensor, which is called CGM, on your arm for 2 weeks. With CGM, we can monitor the variation in your interstitial glucose levels. This sensor is about the size of a coin and contains a small filament that penetrates your skin. This sensor is safe and comfortable to wear. While wearing this sensor, you can continue to carry out your daily activities as usual. The sensor is waterproof and can be worn to swim, shower, or exercise. Note that you cannot wear this if you are undergoing an MRI, CT scan, or dietary treatment. In phase 1, you will also follow a standardized meal plan. Meals will be catered by us to hostel every day for these 2 weeks. This is a sample menu for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for 1 day. Please refrain from eating foods outside of what is provided. You will document meal timings and before and after food photos using a very simple phone application. You will wear the Oura Ring for sleep tracking. This ring measures heart rate, movement, and body temperature, and it estimates your sleep using these signals. The ring connects to Oura app via Bluetooth. In this app, you can view your resting heart rate and sleep measures across days. As a requirement of this study, ensure that you are wearing this ring at all times. After you give consent, you will be asked to provide the MAC address of your phone. We will pull out Wi-Fi connection events belonging to your device to estimate your sleep. We will monitor only Wi-Fi connection event times. No other information, such as contacts, or internet use can be accessed with this method. Your data will be encrypted by IT department using a cryptographically secure one-way hash function. This will add another layer of security to your data. However, as this part of the study is dependent on regular Wi-Fi usage in the dorm, you will be required to log into the Wi-Fi network all the time when you are in the dorm. The third sleep tracking measure in our study is a tool for tracking smartphone interactions called the Quantactions Tap Counter app. This app keeps track of your touchscreen interactions to learn about your device usage patterns and just runs in the background. It is important to note that Tap Counter does not collect sensitive information from your phone, such as the websites you visit, the numerical or alphabetical content of what you type, or the placement of your taps on the screen. The app does, however, collect information about your mobile phone device model, your time of phone interaction, the name of the app you are using, and your location by city.
C4IP is a daily cognitive assessment tool which tests your cognitive performance using 3 simple and short games, followed by a mini questionnaire at the end. Each session will take you approximately 5 minutes and should be done in the morning and in the evening each day during the 4 weeks. You can receive up to $450 upon study completion. Please note that reimbursement will be prorated based on your weekly completion rates. For example, in Phase 1, you can earn $125 per week only if you complete all the Phase 1 measures for at least 5 days and nights each week. Similarly, in Phase 2, you can earn $25 per week if you complete all of the Phase 2 measures for at least 5 days and nights each week. On top of that, you will be paid an extra $50 if you select the additional one-night PSG recording option. Details of PSG will be given during the lab session.